Welcome to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Quick, actionable tips to master personal finance and real estate investing. In just 5 minutes a day, we'll help you build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Hey, Prime investors, Martin Maxwell here, and welcome back to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Most investors think a 1031 exchange is simple. Sell one property, buy another, defer taxes. But here's the reality. Industry data suggests that as many as 30% of 1031 exchanges fail due to easily avoidable mistakes. Last episode, we covered the powerful fundamentals. Today, we're walking through the minefield because one wrong move, touching the money, missing a deadline by 1 day, or choosing the wrong partner can cost you 6 or 7 figures in an unexpected tax bill. I want to walk you through the 3 mistakes that kill exchanges and exactly how to avoid every single one. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1, constructive receipt, touching the money. This is the most common and most catastrophic error. The core rule of a 1031 exchange is that you, the taxpayer, can never have constructive receipt of the sale proceeds. You can't touch the money. If those funds land in your personal or business checking account, even for a single second, the exchange is dead. It fails. 100% of your capital gains become immediately taxable. There are no do-overs. My point of view is this. Constructive receipt is a broader term than you think. It doesn't just mean the money is in your account. It can also mean your agent is holding the funds for you, or your attorney, or anyone else considered your agent in the transaction. If you have the right to control the money, you've failed the test. The solution. This is non-negotiable. You must use an independent, professional, qualified intermediary, QI. The QI is the only entity legally allowed to hold your funds in escrow between the sale of your old property and the purchase of your new one. They are your firewall against constructive receipt. Mistake number 2, missing the 45-day identification deadline. The 1031 exchange is governed by 2 timelines that are written in stone. They are inflexible, and the IRS grants no extensions. From the day you close on the property you're selling, day 0, you have exactly 45 calendar days to identify potential replacement properties, and you have exactly 180 calendar days from that same day 0 to close on one or more of those identified properties. Notice I said calendar days, not business days. Weekends and holidays count. The 45-day rule is where most people fail. Industry experts estimate that missing this deadline accounts for nearly 30% of all failed exchanges. You must deliver a written, signed, and dated identification list to your qualified intermediary by midnight on day 45. Let's make this real. You close on your relinquished property on March 1st. You have until midnight on April 15th to get that list to your QI. That's it. If you send it on April 16th, your exchange fails. The solution. You must have your potential replacement properties lined up before you even close on the property you're selling. You have 3 rules for identification, but the safest and most common is the 3-property rule. You can identify up to 3 properties of any value. My point of view is always identify 3, even if you only plan to buy one. This gives you backups. If your primary deal falls through on day 50, you can't pick a new one, but if it was already on your 45-day list, you're safe. Mistake number 3, failing the hold for investment test. This is a more subtle trap that can bite you years after a successful exchange. The law states that both the property you sell and the property you buy must be held for productive use in a trade or business or for investment. Here's the trap. If you complete a 1031 exchange and then flip the replacement property 6 months later, the IRS can challenge the exchange. They can argue you never intended to hold it for investment. Your intent was to flip it for resale. If they win, they can retroactively disqualify your entire exchange, triggering all those deferred taxes plus penalties and interest. The solution. While the IRS doesn't give a bright line rule, the safe harbor guideline is to hold the replacement property for a minimum of 1 to 2 years before selling. You must be able to demonstrate your investment intent. This means renting the property out, having lease agreements, and documenting your activity as a landlord, not a flipper. Mistake number 4, choosing the wrong qualified intermediary. QI. This is the most insidious mistake because it feels like you did everything right. You avoided constructive receipt. You met your deadlines, but your exchange fails anyway because the partner you trusted was the wrong one. Here's the scary truth. The QI industry is almost completely unregulated by the federal government. Anyone can claim to be a qualified intermediary. The risk isn't just incompetence. The risk is a catastrophic low probability event. A QI failure. While widespread failures are rare, the risk that a QI could go bankrupt, mismanage funds, or be fraudulent is real. If the QI fails and your money is lost, the IRS's position is simple. You failed to acquire a replacement property. Your exchange is dead and your tax bill is due. The solution: you must vet your QI with the same diligence you'd use to vet a brain surgeon. Here are your non-negotiable questions to ask. 1. How long have you been in business? Look for 10 plus years of experience. 2. How many exchanges have you facilitated? Look for thousands, not dozens. 3. What bonding and insurance do you carry? Demand to see proof of a multi-million-dollar fidelity bond, errors and omissions, E&O, insurance, and a third-party crime policy. This is your protections. 4. How are my funds secured? They must be in segregated, qualified escrow or trust accounts, never commingled with the QI's operating funds. 5. Can I have 3 references? Talk to other investors or CPAs who have used them. The fee, which is typically $800 to $1,500, is the last thing you should worry about. Choosing the cheapest QI is the most expensive mistake you can make. Let's recap the minefield. Mistake number 1, touching the money. Mistake number 2, missing the 45-day deadline. Mistake number 3, failing the hold for investment test. And mistake number 4, choosing an unqualified QI. Your challenge today: if you're even thinking about a 1031 exchange, I want you to do 30 minutes of research. Go online and find 3 qualified intermediaries that serve your state. You're not hiring them, you're just vetting them. Can you find the answers to those key questions on their website? How long in business? What's their insurance? How are funds secured? This 30 minutes of prep work now can save you millions in avoided mistakes later. Next week's episode, we're switching gears to another powerful tax strategy. We're talking about cost segregation. We'll show you how, when combined with the 1031 exchange and the new 100% bonus depreciation, it allows you to generate massive phantom deductions. We're talking about accelerating $1.2 million in depreciation into year 1 on that same $3 million property we discussed last episode. If you thought 1031 exchanges were powerful, wait until you see this. I'm Martin Maxwell. Keep learning, stay strategic, and keep building one step at a time.